Well, I do appreciate you stopping by, Greg. Have a good eat. Whether or not you'll be lurking, be back, what have you. Oh my goodness. Speaking of, I literally came, I am dog sitting. Um, let's get that out the way, among things. But I came back to a place where I am staying, let dog out for exercise activities, and then ate entire large pizza, and then napped. So that's been my day, just about. That's more or less everything interesting that has happened in my day thus far. So I hope, more Whoop Brothers highball. I hope people have had a similar day, if not better. You know, if everyone was having a better day than me, then I think a lot of things would be going right. I tend not to think. Even my worst days aren't too bad. But yeah, welcome on in. I had to cancel a good amount of streams last week. I apologize about that. Lord, last week was bad. I won't go into specifics because I don't like risking my job during streaming. Hello, meat, you got it. Yeah, shocker. I don't like risking my professional employment while streaming. But fucking I don't know. I would say there were a good few days last week where a fourth of the people in my department called out on one day. And honestly, I'd say on most days when we're fully staffed, we should still have more people. So you're like, Cahill, why weren't you streaming? I like hearing the dumb man blabber about things in the background. The reason is because I was wildly exhausted. Wildly overworked and underpaid. So, but this week, I plan to do some good full streams. Gonna go back to Deltarune tomorrow. Is everyone sick of Deltarune yet? No, yes. Well, I'm not. So, and I'm the streamer, and I say I get to replay Deltarune on stream. I do hope. I know Toby had stuff to do with save files and what have you in Undertale, and I'm not necessarily expecting him not to do that again, but I've been using the different save slots, right? And I hope he's not gonna make me feel guilty about doing that, because I like using save slots. So Toby, please, just allow us to use 3 save slots. Just allow us to play the game multiple times without feeling like we're literally torturing people. I do like when you have poignant things to say with game mechanics, but I'm just, please let me play game. Thank you. Anyway, let us get to some sketching. I forget if I said last week, but I've submitted the Wallop Brothers, I think I said this on stream, for a comics collective, which, like, basically, I keep calling it a comics club, which is pretty close. But I'm in part calling it that because it's not like a publisher or distributor or anything. It's just other, you know, groups of other people making comics and being supportive of each other. So hopefully I get into that. One of their main rules is that you have to be publishing weekly, so I've been trying to keep up with that. They'll be like, fine, but I get to torture you in new and worse ways with the slave slots. Yeah. Yeah, no, I love Deltarune. I could easily keep replaying it. I'm glad we're not going to get into too much spoilers about chapter 3 and 4 this week while I finish 1 and 2 and what have you. But I will say I'm glad it's already confirmed that 5 is coming out in 26. Because, I mean, frankly, I could probably replay the game like 1 or 2 times between now and then. And by the time chapter 5 comes around, I'm still like, oh boy! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. More. So. Might be a good thing that I had to take some time last week to rest and stuff, because what was I just thinking now? Because now I'm not compelled to be like, okay, let me blabber about all the new stuff to people. You know, I'm able to contain myself a bit before. So let me see something real quick. Oh, hell yeah, Greg returned. I hope you have a good food with you. Do I have comic command now? I do. Hope you consider following that. You know, I love more people to get some eyes on that. Among the fact that I'm just trying to brighten everyone's day. Not to get too deep here, but hell yeah. But like, I saw an artist I follow talk about how, like, they're all just like, what's even the point anymore? I mean, unironically, and any non-artist feel free to call me out on this. I'm not sure if it becomes a Yeah, Oki B-Day. Happy birthday, Oki. I don't think you're here, but that's alright. Spend your B-Day doing good stuff. But anyway. Like, you know. Best of times, worst of times, whatever, what have you. I think about how the fact that, like, people were making cartoons during, like, World War II and shit. And that wasn't a waste. Because people needed a laugh here and there. You know? And I don't think anyone looks back at the different pieces of art, entertainment, and comedy made during the World Wars, and they're just like, oh, they should have been making more ration tins. So, I don't necessarily think of my own stuff as that important, but I try to contribute to, you know, putting smiles on people's faces. And, I would, you know, I would definitely prefer sharing that attitude with, other artists. That's all, I get it, and well, to some degree, I'm just like, yeah, it's good to make sure you're contributing in other ways. Also got to make sure this thing, also got to make sure you're not giving up the ghost entirely. Make sure you're still being creative. I think that helps people out. Look, the people I'm dog sitting for, like, they actually have like a picket sign here, which I think is pretty cool. I have not been out physically protesting myself, to my admitted shame. I hope lots of y'all get out there. I'm not doxing, I promise. But yeah, I hope y'all can go out there where it is safe. But as much as I've tried to keep up with that stuff, I'm also like, I got work, and or there's nothing near me. If the people I'm pup sitting for are like, no, we're going to places, then I should be like, hey, where? I need to be in the know more. I mean, heck though, if they're like, we need a man in the chair, dog sit for us. Well, while we go do things, I'm like, okay. Yeah, I can help like that. Watch the puppo. Even though I'm not the most social in the meat space, good to know. I know some cool folks, you know? Always fun to realize just how cool the people around you are. Yeah, I hope everyone watching stream or VOD or what have you, you're doing okay, staying safe. If you'd like to post in the Discord, Greg, feel free. Just because, especially with the setup I currently have here, I'd probably be easiest for me to look up Puppo in Discord. Unironically, kind of a benefit of having a small community in terms of my own stream, because like thinking about some of the bigger streamers I watch, if someone wants to show them like pup or fan art, and then I feel like they gotta get to it or it's lost forever. If I can just say throw that in Discord, and I will almost guaranteed see it once I'm done streaming, which is nice. Thank you, Greg. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Alright, so here's the thing. It is clobbering time, but also, for current story arc of comic, I introduced 2 new characters. One of whom is Gorl, and I did realize, I was like, oh no. I don't think I've had a Gorl of any kind in the comics so far. Oops. Whoopsie. Uh-oh. So. I kind of make a note of that when I put out the comic she was introduced in. Her name's Lindsay. She is, and this might shock you, a pirate. I mean, here's the thing about it, like, the characters for the first story arc in the Wallop Brothers was basically just the brothers, and then an identical army of assholes. So I definitely didn't like. It's more so by a happenstance that I didn't end up drawing anyone else in that. But now we're branching out a bit. Now we're seeing more people. I mean, I will say the idea is definitely like. I mean, so in terms of civilization and stuff, we've only been to one town, even now, starting the second arc. So, we haven't exactly gotten out into the world to see all the different kinds of people. So, we'll get to see plenty more once we actually get out and about. Yeah. I mean, you say that, me. I would argue most of the world in the Wallop Brothers, as I've tried to imagine it, is largely uninhabited by civilization. But that does not mean there's a lack of people. More so, in excess of world. Oh, world too big. Oh, beans, guys. My world's too big. What am I gonna do? There's gotta be something we can do with this. Oh. I really do my best. Here's something in the art channel. I mean, I'll take a peek at the Discord real quick. Oh, good small pup from Greg. Oh, let's get that little thing. Oh, hell yeah, that's real cool. It'll work. It'll work, meat. I do hope that was a... Yeah. I do hope that was a smooth process. I know a lot of people have been like, I don't like the versions of maps where it's like sliced oranges or what have you. I like that, and I know there are legitimately reasons to use the more standard rectangular map, but I was trying to I was trying to give it like a, you know, I was trying to make it the sliced oranges projection map, whatever, just to help properly illustrate the size of things. Because like in the rectangular version of maps, you know, people have said that, like, you know, things get stretched out, and like, again, it has its uses, but I don't want to think about like, oh no, all my continents are stretched out and these aren't their actual sizes. I'm like, no, these will be true to size continents. Yeah, Where's the thing though? I mean, I'm no good at 3D modeling, and part of that is like texture mapping and stuff. The Dymaxion projection. Let me look at let me see this. So hi Pig. Hope you're doing well. Dymaxion. Sweet Lord in heaven. sweet God above. I'm forgetting what the projection I'm using is called. I never want to hear anyone complain about that again. Good Lord, what is happening in here? Okay, wait, I need to look up types of maps projection. Goods homolzine. Goods homo happy pride. Yeah. So I'm using the goods homolzine projection. Homolozine. And I've heard people not like that before. If you look up what Pig just put in chat, then you should have no problems with what I'm using. Bum 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 bum. What a monstrosity. Oh, thank you, Pig. I appreciate that. That's actually very useful. But yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to I didn't, because like, the reason I started talking about this is because I was thinking about how I'm basically like, I'm doing my best to make like traversal and yada yada yada, a whole bunch of stuff somewhat realistic in the Wallop Brothers world. Granted, I imagine the sinking anvil is a good bit faster than your typical sloop, which I'm fine with. That is something I'd like about it. But yeah, part of that is trying to make the continents as I have drawn them true to size. So. Does anyone else care about, like, I don't know, accurate depictions of, like, old-timey sailing and what have you? I feel like most pirate media I've seen would indicate no. But that's why I started making my own pirate media. I sure do not. I appreciate your was thinking of your honesty, Greg. I'm tempted to draw Willie with his head inexplicably stuck in a beer mug. Would that be fun? What do y'all think? Would that be fun? To be clear, this didn't happen while he was fighting. I just like the idea that in between the fight and them sitting down to get drinks, Willie got his head stuck in a mug. Should we do that? Yay or nay, chat? What are you thinking? Cahill, yes, Pig? Yes, that's on you. And the projection you should use. That's delightful. Okay, but Pig, real quick, what are you thinking? Yay or nay on inexplicable Cahill keys projection. Oh, that one's actually not bad. Oh, hell yeah. That is actually pretty close to the I already forgot it. The goods projection. Bernard Cahill. I'm probably not related to him. Bernard Joseph Stanislaus Cahill, London. Oh, he was British. Head and mug. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's almost like a cleaner version of the goods projection. Yeah. Like, in case anyone's wondering, all I can think, the reason I did this is because all I can think, like, do y'all, when you were a kid, or as an autistic adult, have you ever done the thing, where, like, you're drinking out of a cup, and then you get done with the beverage, so then you just kind of suck the cup to your face? Have y'all done that? Do you still do that? In my mind, Willie was drinking as they were talking, and he just kept drinking. And then he got his head stuck in a mug. I was probably an adult. Interesting. Also, I've definitely talked about this on stream. To be clear, Willie is 11. It is also, however, the fantasy 1600s. They are wildly unsupervised, and the beer's pretty watered down. So, I cannot stress enough again. I was like, am I gonna get in big trouble for depicting children drinking? And the answer is no, not really. I can always just change it to root beer. Sarsaparilla. I mean, here's the thing. It's not. It is alcohol, but if the censor's ass, it's sarsaparilla. But as a secret here on the stream, no, it's alcohol. It's fine. Medieval ages. I'm not sure you're right about that, Greg, but I'm not about to double check you. What was I just thinking of? Yeah. Has anyone here watched the Green? Green? That is the wrong color. That's Walt's color. Has anyone else here watched the pink elephant sequence from Dumbo recently? Because, I mean, that's at least one child getting drunk. But also, I just like that sequence. It's some cool animation. So, I'd play Pink Elephants on stream. But, I mean, the best sequence from Dumbo, I do. They're cool animation. I haven't animated in a while, me and Kyle. Did you? When you remind me about my failures, my lack of accomplishments, have you gotten me? Or have I gotten me? I hate you, Posy Pete. You hate me. I hate me. But did you have a good time on the show? Oh yeah, tons. Let me erase the angry eyebrows. Thank you for the lurk, me. I appreciate it. Have a good time. You know, my friends, personal friends, have been very helpful in encouraging me with my comics. As I was literally like, does anyone else care about realism and map projections? Yeah, I do love how much Pig was just like, well, I know about some real fucked up map projections. Good friend. I love my friends. Aww. Well, I'm glad. I do genuinely hope you like it that much, meat. I hope it brings you some joy. I love my boys. I don't think I've said this on stream before. And it is kind of appropriate because it's my second project. I've moved away from doing Alex stuff. Just because I kind of get like decision paralysis as I do Alex stuff. And I've decided, Deltarune kind of helped me with this because I was like, I like adventuring parties that grow close together. I decided to do, I'm gonna do like a different fantasy thing. But like, Walt and Willie I've had forever. Walt I made as a Pokemon trainer OC, which is in part why he's wearing a baseball cap. Now, you might ask, why is he still wearing a baseball cap when he's a pirate? I don't know. Perfect. It can also unfold in multiple different ways. Okay, but Pig, I keep seeing, when I was looking at that specific map projection, like, fucking, I feel like I saw several instances where it was folded into like a 12-sided die. And that's not a globe. I don't know how to tell you that the Earth is not 12-sided. It has way more sides than that. was I thinking of? Also, let me give folks here a lowdown on what will be happening in this specific comic this week. Which is that Lindsay is telling us that Sun Wukong single-handedly sunk her ship for shits and or giggles. And the brothers are like, well, we have a ship. Do you want to chase him down and beat him up? And she's like, really? And they're like, yeah, we're not doing anything else. So, thus begins a new adventure. Now you might ask, Cahill, are you really about to have your OCs beat up Sun Wukong of ancient folklore, notably one of the strongest fictional characters of all time, in their second story arc? And to that I'd say, shut up. I do what I want. And if I say that my characters can beat Sun Wukong through pure slapstick humor, then they're going to beat Sun Wukong. Can my pirates beat Goku? Well, that's going to be the second story arc. So after that, we won't have to worry about the question anymore. You know, to do this, my guys will have to be, and then the Invincible title card. The Invincible TV series kind of, I haven't watched it, but like that's part of the thing, is it kind of makes me want to read it. But the problem is, I know there's a good amount of the Invincible comic that hasn't aged well, so gonna get caught in a logic loop there. This is good news. We can finally be bees. This isn't your comic, but we can be bees. You'll live like a pet. A pet? A pet. You'll live for 30 years. And what? Because I don't think the bee meme is a classic yet, but also, how old would a meme have to be these days to be considered a classic, given the fact that they, you know, they live fast, die young. Like, like, can I look at like a meme that was popular a few months ago, and I'm like, oh, fine, vintage. Because, I mean, I think that's funny. Then again, I think a lot of things are funny. Was it? I need to think of like minimum 5 years, maybe 10. Damn, that's actually pretty long. Like I'm not gonna argue with you on Trom because like it's not a question of maximum, it's a question of minimum, right? I don't know if that's the minimum, but I would definitely say that a meme that is a good meme that is over 5 or 10 years old is what was I thinking of? Is considered a classic, no doubt. I need to think of a third thing here, because like the way the comic is gonna go is first panel, Lindsay here is explaining how Sung Wukong sunk her ship. Second panel, Walt offers to help her get revenge in their ship. Third panel, Lindsay's just like, really? You'd help me? Why is that? And then fourth panel, Walt's like, well, we hate bullies more than anything. And then I'm gonna have Willie be like, yep, bullies, bullies, politicians. Third thing. I need third thing for them to be their worst enemy. Oh, for sure. I saw someone in a Discord saying they don't like they're sick of loss. And like, I get it, but also I can never really say I'm sick of loss. Cause like fucking I just gotta love any fucking meme that has been turned into like literally a hieroglyphic. It's hard for me to resent something with so much power that it got turned into a letter. You know? Let's see. Chat, would you mind brainstorming with me? What would be a funny thing to add onto the list? Willie says, because we hate bullies, Walt says we hate bullies more than anything else. And then Willie responds, yep, bullies, politicians, third thing. What would, like something, it has to be something completely inoffensive for them to be like, that's our worst enemy. You know? Bone Warrior? No, that's... I don't think it can be Bone Warrior. Skeletons. Also, by the way, I've been hanging out in a different room in the place I'm dog sitting. Oh, that's fair. I've been hanging out in a different room in the place I dog sit. And fucking the dog, who I'm decent about a bad sandwich. Well, I'd want it to be something people do, not necessarily an item. I feel like the low-hanging fruit would be like people who put pineapple on pizza, but I don't actually have strong opinions on that, is the thing. So, like the nasty patty. But yeah, she started laying behind the couch, which is weird, because it's not like she hates me. Any other time, she's happy to be around me. But now I'm hanging out in here, and she just likes laying behind the couch on the other side of the room. goodness. My fam. I'm gonna take a moment to answer text. Alrighty. Well done steaks. I'm trying to think. A funny, innocuous thing. A funny, innocuous thing people do. Leaving people on red. Well, they don't have cell phones is the problem. I do kind of want it to be a food thing. What are some nasty things people do with food? Like, I feel like I'm going up the right tree when I think pineapple on pizza, but that's too innocuous. I need a spicier opinion. I think that's the big thing. Is that white bread. People who eat white bread. Let me see something. Who eat raw. It's hard. It's hard coming up with beans and chili. Nah. I almost want it to be nonsensical. I mean, that's, you know, that's kind of a staple. Lord, can I just... Can I make it like... Because we hate bullies more than anything. Yep. Bullies, politicians, and people who eat raw avocados. Hate them the most. Cool Whip knockoff. I don't know if you're talking about this specifically. Trom. But it's so insane that there's Cool Whip and there's also Miracle Whip. That one of them should have been forced to change a while ago. Lord, now I just have Trom posting different food quirks in chat. I've unleashed a monster. I don't know how to stop them. If I'm being honest, I didn't know it was a thing they did. Don't feed gremlins after midnight. Don't get them wet. Don't ask Trom about food quirks. You will unleash chaos. Peanuts and salsa war. Oh, that, honestly, Chom, you might have it. You might actually have it. Walt goes, cause there's nothing we hate more than a bully. And then Willie goes, you're good. And then Walt responds, yep, bullies, politicians, crunchy peanut butter. We hate those the most. That might be it. That might be what we're going with. Yeah, I'm not trying to I don't mean to try. I'm not trying to be rude. I just think it's funny. I did not expect such a list. But I appreciate the help. Does anyone in chat like crunchy peanut butter? And why? I didn't even know peanuts in salsa was a thing. But I have on occasion accidentally taken a scoop of crunchy peanut butter. And in the instant it takes me to realize what has happened, I question a lot of things about life. I think, how did it come to this? Why did someone do this? Why didn't I notice before putting it in my mouth? Okay, I do think we have the joke for... I think we have the two jokes for the comic. One is Walt. One is Willie. I should not be getting my own bottle of liquid Benadryl right after. Your brother found out the hard way that people put peanuts in salsa, or that he had eaten some crunchy peanut butter. Either one, understandable. Is your brother allergic to peanuts? Because that's even more. Peanuts is not... To be clear, when I say I've accidentally eaten crunchy peanut butter, the reason is because I eat a lot of peanut butter. Like a lot of peanut butter. Okay? And with that in mind, peanuts are not the things to be surprising people with. Lord, that is... Yeah, that's not... especially a restaurant. They should know better. As person who eats many foods with peanuts as part of it, don't just put peanuts in things. I actually don't know. Okay, we're looking this up now. What food are most people allergic to? Milk doesn't count. Food allergy. Milk, eggs, fish, crustacean, shellfish. That I should know. Tree nuts and peanuts. No one's deathly alert, okay? I have to look this up. Are people deathly allergic to milk? Milk allergy. Cause anaphylaxis. Okay, I guess you can be. That's wild. It's wild that, like, some human bodies are programmed to self-destruct when presented with just, like, a peanut. already, right? I didn't know that was a thing. I just thought they were talking about IBS, um, or lactose intolerance. But yeah, it's already insane that some human bodies are programmed to explode when faced with peanuts. Even more insane that that can be true for milk. Milk, who, as far as I'm aware of, correct me if I'm wrong here, scientists, is meant to be like the most basic nutritional, like, supplement or slurry. Like the thing everything starts life, all mammals start life eating. Have a good work, Greg. Where did evolution go wrong? That anyone could be allergic to milk. Put cheese on the sandwich. Bad. Oh my goodness. Word. Humanity was a mistake. I just Deja was literally texting me about some Uber woes earlier today. And like immediately I'm just like, fucking cars were a mistake. People cannot handle the responsibility of cars, and I stand by that. Also, I love how I've given, like, before, like, Lindsay has a barrel mug here, and the brothers had barrel mugs before. Where they got a glass, a beer glass for Willie to stick his head in, no idea. But yeah, just it is very clear that people are prone to mistakes. And that's fine on a personal level. It becomes much less fine when you serve someone allergic to peanuts. Peanuts. Then I get upsetty. Upsetty spaghetti. Because they probably were even like, does this have peanuts in it? And you said no, and then there were peanuts in it. Yeah. I wonder, because like the YouTuber I know, Ethan Nestor, or I don't actually know. He's got like different. I'm looking it up because I'm pretty sure Ethan Nestor is like his YouTube name and everything now. Ethan. Yep, that's his YouTube name. But like, he's very, very badly allergic to peanuts. And I do wonder if he has like a like almost like a restaurant strike list, like do not go to these restaurants. Because no doubt some restaurants just are like playing fast and loose with their peanuts in such a way that is actively hostile to anyone with an allergy. Like, this isn't funny because it's just true. No one with a peanut allergy is going to Five Guys. You know? Literal death trap. You can't, like, they can't even walk in there to be like, does this have peanuts in it? The fucking restaurant has peanuts in it. They're piled on the ground. Sir, madam, or non-binary, while you walked up to the cashier to ask if there were peanuts in their food, you are currently standing next to a bag of peanuts big enough to kill you 1,000 times over. You need to go. So, like, that's gotta be number one on anyone with a peanut allergy. Number one of no-goes for anyone with a peanut allergy is Five Guys. No doubt. A battle to the death. It is so wild to think. Because I feel like there's a lot of mascots that can win me over by just having a halfway decent character design, you know? Like, if the company isn't actively doing wildly evil things, and, like, the mascot is just on products, then probably at some point I'll probably be like, oh, he's just a little guy. No need to be mad at him for the sins of capitalism. But Mr. Peanut has done some crazy shit in recent times, including like faking his death and then also funding a movie based on the art of an artist that then had really nothing to do with that art and was wildly panned and incredibly bad, from what I have heard. And it would have just been a better PR move not to do either of those things. I almost feel like, you know what would have been better? You know what would have been a better PR move years ago for Mr. Peanut of Planters Peanuts? You know what would have been a better, more interesting way to get people to like him as a character and to get them to eat Planters Peanuts? It would have been better to have a series of advertisements from Planters Peanuts starring Mr. Peanut where he explains the difference between him as a man peanut and the ones he's selling to you to eat. Like a several advertisement deep dive into the lore of the Planters Peanuts as a species and why what he's doing isn't a form of cannibalism. I think more people would have gotten more value and charm out of that than basically anything they've been trying to do with him. But no. They decided a feature-length film that apparently isn't very good would be better. If you want to make a movie, that's fine. Have the movie be about Mr. Peanut explaining why he's not selling his actual brethren to be eaten. And then split that movie up into different 1-minute advertisements. Much better. Infinitely better. It's wild to think that, like, how many people who, like, run businesses and advertisement and advertisers, like, how out of touch they can be when ostensibly their job is to be in touch. Like, I almost feel like, to some degree, their time that they are paid for would end up being better spent, like, hello MJ, hope you're doing well, welcome on in. But yeah, I feel like it's going pretty well. As you know, drawing. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I feel like ostensibly their time would be better spent like online talking to people, getting a general idea of, oh, people like this, oh, people don't like that. Sing us a shanty, goodness. Give me 1 second. Let me finish some things up here, and I'll get you to that. But I was practicing. I should be listening. Here's the problem. I was practicing some slightly newer shanties. He has to sing also. Oh, I don't think. I think the most I can get him to do is go "Whoa," for the Wii remote. If we're being totally honest here. I love drawing puffy shirts because you can really just kind of draw like many squiggles in the shape of an arm, and that is about all you need. All right, we're gonna bring it back to classic because I actually don't think I've sung this in a while. So, no, you're good. You're good. Here's the thing. I'll let you in on a secret. I'm pretty bad with names, so I'm just like, you know, you're just like, I haven't been around for a bit, and I'll be like, well, welcome back. More than happy to just catch up with it, whatever your username is now at the moment. Alright, I haven't sung this one in a bit, so we're gonna give it the old try. Yo ho ho, yo ho ho ho. 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 Gather up all of the crew, it's time to ship out Binks's brew. Sea wind blows to where, who knows, the waves will be our guide. Across the oceans wide, rays of sunshine far and wide. Songbird sings, songbird sings of happier things in circles passing by. Bid farewell to Weaver's Town, say so long to Port Renown. Sing a song, it won't be long before we're casting off. Cross the gold and silver seas, the salty spray puts us at ease. Day and night to our delight, the voyage never ends. Yo-ho-ho, 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 yo-ho-ho. Gather up all of the crew, it's time to ship out Binks's brew. Pirates, we eternally are challenging the seas. With the waves to rest our heads, ship beneath us as our beds. Hoist it high upon our mast, our jolly Roger flies. Somewhere in the endless skies, stormy winds are blowing wide. Waves are dancing. Evening comes, it's time to sound the drums. But steady men never fear. Tomorrow skies are always clear, so clap your hands and pound your feet till sunny days return. Yo-ho-ho, 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 yo-ho-ho. There we go. Now it's time to be a big shot again. Yeah, I know I had said this, but fucking... I mean, there's definitely like long and short shanties, but yeah, Binks's Brew, in part thanks to the fact that it's contemporary and from like One Piece, got some longer verses. I remember Paula asked me before like what constitutes as a shanty, and one, it's like, can I remember it? But two, you know, call and response. like Binks's Brew kind of rides the line with how long some of its verses can be, but it's still very much just like I sing a part and then you could follow along with the yo ho ho ho, so that part works out. Speaking of contemporary shanties, because there's some older ones I need to catch up on and remember. But I can't even really look at Spotify right now because I got stream music playing. What was it just thinking of? Like there's some classic shanties I need to remember, but I feel like there's 3 from Disney I should learn. I know Hoist the Colors. That's a good one. I fucking love Hoist the Colors. Then I was practicing Jolly Sailor Bold. That was one of the ones I was practicing before Delta Room came along, and I was just listening to Delta Room music the entire time. But then, lesser known, not in the Pirates film, Whale of a Tale from 20,000 Leagues. That's definitely very, very, very shanty. Like, again, it's one of those things that kind of rides the line and is more contemporary. But I like it. It's a good time. Sung on a ship. Got a whale of a tale to tell you lads, a whale of a tale or two. Man the captain ship in the days I love on a night like this with the moon above. Whale of a tale and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. There was Mermaid Minnie, sitting down in Madagascar. She would kiss me every time that I would ask her. Then one evening, her flame of love blew out. Blow me down and push me out. She dumped me for a trout. Got a whale of a tale to tell you lads, a whale of a tale or two. Found the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on a night like this with the moon above. Whale of a tale and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. Yeah. Hoist the collar. Fucking. I know I just belted out a different song. I'm glad MJ's got taste here. Hoist the Colors is great. I don't know how anyone. It's insane to me. You would go. That, like, anyone who likes movies would go to see At World's End when it released and be like, 6 out of 10, not that good. When it opens with the main villain executing people en masse, one of whom is a child that starts to sing a sea shanty. And it's a good fucking opening to a movie. And then, I mean, it has one of the best final battles in any movie. And then again, some people went home after that and they were like, No, I didn't like that one, but Madagascar, Escape to Africa, woo! It's just good business. Wedding, honestly. And like, retrospect is 2020, so we didn't know that blockbuster films would go downhill after that, you know? That, like, after the original Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I like Stranger Tides, but but then that and blockbusters in general, just in special effects and other things, would go downhill from there. But again, insane to me. Alex the Lion, what are you doing here? But yeah. And to some degree, I can get when some people are like, it's a little hard for me to follow what the characters. Ad. Gotcha. I will give it a second. Because me and MJ, we are talking about pirates, and you know I love Pirates of the Caribbean. Alrighty. Yeah. Yeah, at World's End. Just good. Just fucking good. Here's the thing. On top of just needing to do a movie night, which I've said so many times now. I want to do, I'm thinking about, because another thing Paula had said was, I was like, give me games to play. They're like, Putt Putt Saves the Zoo. And I was like, I mean, that I could probably do that on one stream. So like, yeah, sure, maybe. But yeah, we should do a couple special events. But I, in general, just need to rewatch the Pirates films. Anyway, I was just going to say, I can even understand some people who might not be the most into the Pirates films being like, it was a little hard for me to follow along. I'm not sure I picked it all up, which doesn't help, because like, for example, Liar's Dice, really good scene, was massively cut for the theatrical release, so it's not very, if you're not into it, it becomes even hard to go along. Well, no, MJ, I was going to be like, but if you can't follow along, you know what I have to say to you? You're weak. You're weak. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you need the characters in your movie to explain everything in clear, modern language? I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was dealing with a weak person. Yeah, they're explaining the lore through cryptic, vague terms and salt-tinted sailor language. I like it that way. Yeah. Sorry, you couldn't use context. I'm sorry, you couldn't just follow the vibes of what was happening. Yeah. Well, yeah. You're right and you're wrong, MJ. Because with like all the cut stuff, it's clear that you are supposed to understand the game to help give the scene and the three characters playing the game like depth, you know? Because the more you understand the game, the more you realize how much like each character's. I'm literally partially getting the. I mean, I'm partially getting it because I've watched the fucking movie a lot, but I'm most partially getting it from a breakdown. But boy, you still don't necessarily need it all. It's just the full scene is better fleshed out. But yeah, you can't also just be like, oh, okay. You don't need the cut sections of that scene to understand Bill's trying to save his son, Will's trying to find out where the key is, and Davy Jones a dickhead because Davy Jones is a dickhead. Movie night where we only watch Dead Man's Chest, and there is a 20-minute interlude where I take a moment to explain the rules of Liar's Dice. Here's Jeopardy theme on loop. Okay, listen. Okay, you know, let's do it. I'll do it right now, just for shits and giggles. MJ, this isn't purely for your benefit. I'm doing this for posterity. So Liar's Dice is a fictional, I'm pretty sure it's fictional, game from Pirates of the Caribbean played on the cursed pirate ship, the Flying Dutchman. In the main movie, it is played between 3 people. Technically, you could play it between however many people you want, right? It is not necessarily limited to no. You could do it with 2. You could do it with like 6. But here's how it is played. You have 3 people, right? They have a cup. I think it's like, we're gonna say 5. I don't remember. But they each have cups containing 5 die, right? 5 6-sided die. Yes. Right? So you know you got 1, you got like 4, you get that. Okay. So their cups have 5 6-sided die. Yahtzee style, you shake it up, and then you put the cups face down on the table. All right. So at this point in the game, when we've just started a round of Liar's Dice, what you have done is, unbeknownst to anyone, including you, randomize the dice, hidden it under this cup, and now everyone has their dice ready. Each player lifts up their cup and takes a little peek at what is under and what their dice look like and have landed on. All right? Now the game in proper begins. The way you play Liar's Dice is you go in a circle. The first person says on the game board, everyone's dice, there is X amount of dice with this number. Okay? So we start the game, I'm playing. I look at my dice, I say there's 2 3s on the board. Okay, right? Now, what is important to note is there don't have to be 2 dice in my little cup with 3 being the face-up number. They just have to exist on the board. All right, you're following with me so far? So I've said that somewhere on the board there are 2 3s. All right? The next person goes, and they either have to increase the amount of dice or the number. So I've said there are 2 3s on the board. Next turn goes, and Bootstrap Bill says, no, there are 3 3s on the board. So that means what Bill is saying is that somewhere amongst the 15 dice split among the 3 players, there are 3 dice with 3 facing up. This keeps going until someone's saying something like, you know what, there are 8 6s on the board, which means somewhere over, what this player is now saying is that somewhere on the board within the dices, within the cups, 8 of the dice have landed with the 6 facing up. I've decided that's not true. Me, Cahill, playing the game, I look at the person who has just gone, and I'm like, no, none of my dice are facing up 6. So I don't believe that's even possible. And I say, you're a liar. At this point, we all reveal the dice. If I'm right and there are not 8 6s amongst those 15 dice split evenly amongst us, that person has lost. If they're right and there are 8 6s on the board, then I've lost because I called him a liar and it wasn't true. Was that a good explanation? Not really. But it is legitimately kind of a cool little game. Because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, basically, you keep saying bigger numbers, and the moment you think someone has said a number that's too big, you call them a liar, and then everyone shows their dice, and if the number is there, you lose, and if the number isn't there, they lose. That's as simple as I can get it. Brought it all back to me. It's like riding a horse. As a drinking game sounds fun. I looked it up. Probably on like tabletop sim or something. And I do actually think there is a Steam game that is essentially Liar's Dice. One, I need a proper PC to play it in general, and then two, I need to get some people who would want to play it on stream. Some buds, some streaming buds of mine who'd want to play it, because I'd love to play it on stream. I think that's a really funny idea. Whether or not we'd actually go betting anything, remains to be seen, but it'd be fun. I think it'd be funny. But yeah. I do think you can get Tabletop Simulator on Mac. So, I mean, like, maybe I could play it that way. But again, I'm pretty sure there is. Someone's made, like, a Steam version of it. I don't know. Again, I'll reiterate this. Let me, before we even consider that as a stream idea, whether it would be with chatters, or with actually, I can't play with chatters. You would know I'm lying. But playing with people on stream. What was I thinking of? I would prefer to get proper computer in order, so that way I can play it. I can play lots of things. What was I just thinking of? Yeah, as long as there are no stream snipers, yeah. That'll be good for that'll be good for analytics, Like, okay, I'm opening it up. I mean, I guess that's Among Us, isn't it? I was about to be like, okay, everyone, I'll play with chat. Don't look at stream, but that's Among Us. People did that. It was one of the most popular games in the world. I still like Among Us. I've said this many times. I could still be playing Among Us today, by all means, but fucking, I appreciate you stopping by, MJ. Yeah, work sucks, but I hope it goes well for you. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you around. Yeah, I could still be playing Among Us, but I know a lot of people. It's like, nope, it's too much. It's too much. So, like, I can 100% agree that, like, playing that game, but, like, hating, like, legitimately detesting being the imposter, that's not fun anymore. It wouldn't be fun for the person who detests being imposter, and it wouldn't be fun for me, friend of theirs, who knows they're not having a good time. So, that being said, that's kind of one reason I've enjoyed raiding Giwi, because, like, she and her friends, they've been playing Among Us for forever. Never stopped, won't stop. And the fact that one of the people she plays with is Jaden Animations, who is just a peach, who's just one of the neatest people on the internet, is only a bonus. So. Yeah. I've been saying this before, but ironically, when I get, which is hopefully soon, I don't know how much I mentioned it, I'm going on a trip with Deja next week, so I won't be streaming next week. Wait, is it next week? Or is it 2 weeks from now? 2 weeks from now. Going on a trip with Deja 2 weeks from now, so I won't be able to stream. But yeah, hopefully after that, I will be looking at getting a new computer within the month or two. Like, literally try and set like a hard date for it, you know? Like, I would try to make it sooner, but going on a trip. I'm not planning to spend a lot. Heck, I'm planning to sleep most of the time. But also, I don't want to get it before. Be like, well, I am completely broke. Lord. I know MJ went to work. I'm going to talk more about Pirates of the Caribbean. If you're surprised by this, you should come by my streams more often, and you won't be surprised by it anymore. I was thinking of. I feel like one of the best parts in Pirates of the Caribbean is I wouldn't say they're MacGuffins. They're kind of MacGuffins. Maybe more of a Deus Ex Machina, in that they are mystical objects meant to solve problems, at least how they're painted in the narrative. But in At World's End, a lot of the pirates are talking about the pieces of 8, a specific set of pieces of 8 old currency. And when a bunch of the major pirates finally gather in a meeting, and they're like, alright, time to bring out the pieces of 8, they just start throwing random bullshit into a bowl. And when one of the characters in the protagonist crew is like, hey, those aren't pieces of 8, that's garbage. What Gibbs, who is basically explanation incarnate, is like, well, originally the first Pirate Council wanted to use pieces of 8 for this, but when it came time to actually fork up the cash, they found out they were all fucking broke. So then they just kind of used whatever they had. That's very good. There's like... I keep hearing some banging somewhere. But also it's nighttime. Scary. Maybe it's... is it raining right now? I am next to a fire pit. It is light raining right now. That might just be raining. It might be just rain with and hitting chimneys and shit. Honestly, I'd fucking, you know, like, in horror movies, it's already bad enough when someone's like, what was that? I feel like they would always be better off just not trying to explain it, you know? Like, don't go investigate it, but also don't, like, dismiss it out of hand as, like, it's probably just a raccoon. Like, you'd probably, like, almost every protagonist would probably be better off being like, I don't know, but I don't like it, so. Nerd. You know, I'm not big into horror, but are there movies that exist? And I'm not talking about Scream, because Scream's whole thing is being aware of the horror movie tropes and kind of falling victim to them regardless. In part because you don't care, and also in part because, like, That's how Ghostface operates, is by like engineering the situations. But are there horror movies where the protagonists are using like common sense and still just getting fucking destroyed? Because I feel like there's something there that would be potent and horrifying. And I don't want to say it like, why hasn't anyone? And then someone's like, well, actually, in 2010, there was a horror film made. Lots of movies come out that don't get recognition they deserve, and or don't actually really deserve recognition. So like, it fits the premise I'm describing, but isn't good. I always have to make sure I'm saying this word right. Give me 1 second. A hoge. Yep. That's what she's got. Not in a hoge! Wait, then what am I meaning? Noticeable slim floor lacquer hair. Originally a hairdresser term for stupid hairs. Does this not count as an ahoge? Are you supposed to only have one? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but you know what? Let me see real quick. Okay, I'm going to post in the Discord I'm in. I know some of this stream has just been me fucking, you know, and just like online looking at shit, but all right, give me 1 second. Another thing, I feel comfortable asking in this one particular Discord, because I'm pretty sure literally like the Discord owner themselves have been reading a manga where this would be a proper trope. I do just love the style of hair antenna though. Whether or not I'm properly using the term to describe silly hair antenna, that remains to be seen, but no, Mrs. Poppy, you do big stretch. She has also come out from behind the couch, which is nice. I was gonna talk more about her owners, because you know, I don't really know what she's up to, what this particular pupper is up to when I'm not dog sitting her, but oh, she's sniffing. She's sniffing. But like, I was about to talk about the owners more, but I'm like, you know what? Let me not like completely and totally give out like the full description of the people I dog sit for online. That'd be not good. So how was dog sitting? It was good. I've doxed you. So, oh my lord. There's not even really many people here to tell this to, but I'll put it down in the VOD, because I think it's worth documenting. This dog I doxed it. She's great, right? She's always been very good. I very rarely had trouble with her. I've streamed here before while dog sitting. Well, I think I've said like 1 or 2 times she's gotten into something. But for the most part, it is a-okay, right? No problems. Fucking... Like, the first full day I was dog sitting here, I go outside because she likes to be outside the most. Like, just chilling out in the big yard they got. I walk outside, she dashes over to some bushes and immediately kills a bird. Like, instantly. And I was like, oh my lord. I was freaking out. Because I know she goes after stuff, and you know, it's a thing some dogs do. Yeah, like, I used to have a dog, and he didn't really get up to that a lot of the time. I feel like it depends on the specific dog with how successful their hunting strategies are, and whether or not they actually feel like going after different animals. You know, but fucking, you know, she did that, and I'm like, well, I wasn't really freaking out, but I was like, fucking put that down. And I had to get a shovel to pick it up, because you can't pick that kind of stuff up with your, like, bare hands. And I put it out front as to make sure she doesn't go biting it anymore. So that was a neat start to dog sitting this week. An update for sure. Yeah. I'm excited. Oh, Lord, I shouldn't even say this because it's gonna go bad. But knock on wood. I hope work goes good tomorrow. Because you know, beating chapters 3 and 4, I was like, man, I fucking love Deltarune. I'd love to stream it more. But I also don't want to get back from work absolutely miserable. I'm like, hey guys, we're playing Deltarune. No. I'm sure there's a good amount of time where it can make me feel better as opposed to worse. But sometimes the day's been rotten enough where I'm like, I don't even want to flip the coin there. I'd rather just go to sleep and get a new day in. See if tomorrow's any better. Like I said, today was fine. We'll see about tomorrow. Lord, kind of related to the thing I was saying with the other, with an artist I follow, but like, I'd love to make money off of making things to entertain people rather than having a more traditional job. No doubt, I'm sure many people feel the same. I do wonder how much of a market there is for that in today, as things are so crazy. I'm sure there'll be plenty. Honestly, there's always kind of been a market for it, no matter what's going on in the world, so it's just a matter of me finding a way to do it proper. You know what I mean? One door closes, another opens. So about find an open door. Oh yeah, I've read about that. That's like open door philosophy. What's that? It's just like saying yes to stuff all the time? Yeah. I'm going to use this comment to destroy the world. That's not how that Adventure Time conversation goes. But that's not open door philosophy. kind of want to give Lindsay. I still want to make sure Lindsay has like a very traditional cartoony eyes, kind of, but also flesh them out a bit more, like an anime would. I don't know about y'all, but I'm always there's plenty of times where I'm looking at an anime's art style and looking at the particular eyes they draw. I'm like, are these even semi-realistic? Or is this just a mash of colors and white? I prefer the semi-realistic. I love how Araki draws eyes. I probably said that before. I was like, can y'all hear the dog chewing on a bone? She's right in front of me as she's doing it, so that's fine. Goodness, she's going at it. She's going at it. I was at a family thing. What was I thinking of? On, just the other day. Yes, while I was also dog sitting. And one of my family members brought a dog. And, like, comparatively, that dog was, like, I've met before, but she's so shy compared to this one. So withdrawn most of the time compared to the dog I dog sit. It's very funny because like my family gave her a bone to kind of keep her entertained throughout the event, and she did not destroy it. She just kind of kept watch over it. To then be in here. And having this dog go ham on a bone. Very funny in contrast. Oh goodness. Itchy ears. I think I gotta adjust this a good bit. Oh my goodness, she's going crazy. Shot. Alright. Oh goodness. I didn't even realize I was working on 2 different layers. I'm trying to make sure. I always found that interesting with different people's art styles. It's like you gotta find a good balance between like how simple you make the faces, their composition, particular details you include. For example, right now I'm like me see if I'm just kind of messing with things right now. Alright, I think that's alright. I mean, fucking... It's like... I can only make her so realistic, and also compared to the brothers who are near perfect spheres as body types. She looks pretty good, so... Alright. I actually think we're going to call it here, though. We could have got more done if I hadn't been brainstorming the entire time, but I think that I'm pretty happy with what we got done here. It's just a bit of a slow night, and I figured it'd be nice if I could, because we are going to get back for Delta. Oh wait, uh-oh. I just realized. Yeah, it's showing Firefox and shit. What does it show? Discord. Yeah, no. This is fine. I was still going to press the pause menu, but... I'm not showing my social security or anything, so... But yeah, we're gonna get back, you know, alright stream to start the week off with, and we're gonna do Deltarune tomorrow and the next day. So those are going to be comparatively decently longer, which is which will be fun. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with that. I think I'd like to read Miss Dollop Days. I think she's just starting, so that would work out just fine. Yeah, we'll do Dollop. Because she's neat. She's playing some Mario Kart World. I haven't seen too much of Mario Kart World. Mostly heard people complain about it. So, let's go check that out. Let us go see what's going on with that. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow to finally finish up Deltarune Chapter 1. And then, yep. See you then. Bye!